Our latest CTV polling by Nano says that fewer than 25% of people on the prairies are against using oil and gas and other energy items to fight back against Donald Trump's tariffs. So why do you say that if Canada decided to use our resources to strike back at America, it would spark a unity crisis when it appears that the majority of Canadians would support such action?
Well, I think it's a garbage poll, frankly. You can let your bosses know that.
What?
Because what if we were to ask Albertans or Canadians this? Would you support export tariffs if it meant the U.S. would retaliate by shutting off Line 5 and leaving Ontario and Quebec without gasoline or aviation fuel at all? I think you'd get a different answer. I think people need to look at a map, see where Eastern Canada gets its oil and gas from, and realize that it's a very, very dangerous game to be talking about tariffing energy and to talk about turning the taps off. I think we saw that when it was attempted with electricity. The result was immediate. The Americans came forward with a 50% tariff on steel and aluminum, and it had to be walked back. So I don't even want to play with that fire. On cross-border trade worth $150 billion.
Okay, thank you. And then with the carbon tax gone, the biggest tax on fuel here now is the province's fuel tax. Now, there is a mechanism, of course, for fuel tax relief tied to the price of WTI. But would Alberta consider getting rid of its provincial fuel tax entirely to give drivers a break?
So remember, we have fuel taxes in place to pay for roads. This is a big road announcement, so we need to have the money to pay for it from somewhere. The federal government also has another fuel tax that they ostensibly use to pay for roads as well, and they have GST also. So what we were opposed to was the carbon tax, which was 17.6 cents a litre, just driving up the cost of everything that is transported every time you fill your tank, and we're glad to see it gone. We've been advocating against it. Our fuel tax relief program kicks in when WTI is over 90. So our idea is that if we're getting windfall revenues from the high price of oil, then we should make sure that we're rebating it back to consumers. We're not in that case right now. What I think we need to make sure is that all of the retailers pass on that savings to their customers. I've been told, it's a little far away, but I've been told in the Edmonton area there is one gas station that's down to $1.14 a litre. So I don't think I've seen those prices in some time, and that's part of the reason why we're pleased that finally the federal government succumbed to the immense pressure by our government, other provincial governments, the federal opposition leader, and have done the right thing and eliminated that tax.
Thank you.